Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am coming from my all-time favorite local garden center, Garden Supply Company.
Hey guys, I'm Keith Ramsey. We're really excited about having Bree here in the near future to do a container gardening on Foodscaping.
That's right, we have got a class set for Saturday, the 29th of October. It's going to be really fun, instructional, but also hands-on. They're going to get to take the containers home and grow them out for the whole season.
Perfect.
And my surprise to everybody is that I'm forcing grains on them. So I'm going to bring grain seed. And
everybody needs grain.
They do. Yeah. They're going to seed it as the thriller.
Oh,
so it'll be planted, but then over the course of the week after the class, it'll germinate in place and then grow for the whole year.
Perfect. Sounds like a lot of fun.
So I will put the link in this video description. And while I'm here, I wanted to show you how beautiful the garden center is. So I'm going to take you around and show you all the gorgeous plants that I'm anxiously waiting to buy for the new property.
Sounds good.
So we'll start the nursery tour predictably here in the edible section. They have the coolest plants. Now, of course, for a fall foodscaping workshop, we're not going to be using things like edible ginger or curcumas, or this is actually turmeric growing here. But we do have some really cool herb options like tarragon and bay, of course, thyme and oregano and rosemary. All of these things are really good candidates for fall and winter interest foodscape containers. Now, one of the reasons I like to do herbs in containers instead of in the ground is really simple. Here in central North Carolina, we get a lot of precipitation through the cool season, and a lot of these Mediterranean native herbs don't actually like to have that much water during the time they're not actively absorbing it. So in a container, you have better control over your drainage. You obviously have total control over what kind of potting soil you use. And if you're gonna have like a really heavy rain system, you can always move that pot like under a roof line to reduce the amount of moisture it receives. So there's a lot of practicality in the plant selection. That's all stuff that we're gonna cover if you sign up for this awesome class that we have scheduled for Saturday, October 29th. So we've got more herbs here. And you know, one of the plants that I will often grow in my foodscape containers is mint. I don't allow this to be planted in the ground because it's really quite obnoxious and invasive. But in a container, it's actually a great spiller. And if you're like me and you like to make mojitos, having some mint on hand is actually pretty handy. So of course, cool season vegetables, both heading varieties like cabbage, kohlrabi, broccoli, cauliflower, and leafy varieties, things like lettuce, Swiss chard, kale. All of these are important elements in a fall foodscape container because they act as the filler. This is the stuff that kind of fills the center of the container. I also like to add things like garlic or onions just because that element helps deter browsing animals. So, you know, if you have deer or rabbits that visit your garden regularly, you know that they will eat out of a pot the same as they will out of the ground. So the addition of some smelly foliaged elements will actually make a big difference in reducing that browse. Now, you can have a foodscape container without ornamental plants, and for me, violas and pansies are always a really big part of that. But you can also incorporate perennial things like asters, even like that variegated iris over there is really quite dynamic. The great thing is the sky is the limit and no two containers will end up being the same. So think that it's just gonna be a really fun opportunity for people to be creative and grow something that's gonna be really practical and beautiful for the whole season. And to make this class as practical as possible, we're also going to go over some shade-loving fall foodscape containers, which includes awesome plants like various carex that will give you winter interest the whole season, and lots of other things, including like Ophiopogon and hellebores and heuchera. So I'm going to give everybody some options no matter what your space is, whether it's full sun or full shade. Be sure to attend this Foodscaping and Containers class here at Garden Supply, because we will be able to create a container that will match your needs no matter what conditions you have.